Welcome to the Arise with the Word channel, a growing directory of prayers, testimonies, and encouraging words. Remember to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you won't miss a thing. And if you can't find a prayer or encouraging word for your specific need, please email me and let me know so I can write one for you. My email address is in the channel description section. This is our audio testimony series. Let's hear today's testimony called Homeless Single Mom Chooses Yah to be her provider instead of Uncle Sam. See how he showed up for her. A single mom named Nika and her 12-year-old daughter needed a place to stay and were invited to live with some friends in Kentucky. After some time, she was blindsided when the family unexpectedly said she and her daughter could no longer live with them, but that they would gift her a truck. The truck wasn't in the best condition, but it took care of their need for a vehicle. And just like that, Nika and her daughter were homeless. Nika had only $800. She cried out to Yah asking what to do. $800 just wasn't enough to get a place to live or get a vehicle. She was at a loss for what to do. She used the $800 to get a hotel room and some food. And when she could, she made deliveries for Uber Eats and DoorDash to make extra money. Still, she couldn't afford to pay $500 a week in rent and $40 to $70 a day for gas for the truck. She kept crying out to Yah, saying her situation was not sustainable. To make enough money, she would have to deliver food for 20 hours a day, which was impossible because she needed to sleep and take care of herself and her daughter. Nika attended an online prayer fellowship and asked her brothers and sisters to pray for her. Because her situation was so overwhelming, she would often turn her sound off and sob. She couldn't concentrate. She kept asking Yah what his plans were. Finally, Yah spoke a personal word to her saying that if she wanted his help, she could not go to the government, and she agreed, knowing food stamps and rental assistance was no longer an option for her. She knew Yah wanted her to lean on him and stop going to the government. He wanted her to break the cycle of poverty in her life by not going to Uncle Sam. She faced a lot of opposition from people telling her that she should just accept government assistance for her daughter, but she declared that Yah didn't need Uncle Sam's help. When a brother from her prayer fellowship heard she was in trouble, he spoke to his mom who had some rental properties in Florida. His mom agreed to let Nika live in one of her units rent-free for 4 months, so she had some time to get back on her feet. The same brother rallied other members in the body to help pay her way to Florida. In the end, she had enough money for gas and food. It was a 12-hour drive from Kentucky to Florida, but Nika took 24 hours to make the drive, stopping along the way to rest. When she got to Florida, she switched to Uber Eats because it was hard to get a shift on DoorDash. One day, she was leaving a restaurant after collecting an order, and a gentleman was looking at the back of her truck, which was in very poor condition. She started joking with the man, telling him it looks worse than it really is, but that the truck gets her where she needs to go. But when she got in the truck, it wouldn't start. The gentleman asked her what she was going to do and if she had AAA. And Nika just started praying to Yah. She said, "Father, what do I do? How do I navigate this situation? I don't know what's wrong with my truck, but I know that you do." The man went back to his vehicle and he had some money that was folded up. He asked Nika if she would accept the gift. She had been let down so many times by humans, so she was very suspicious. But she looked at the man and asked what kind of gift, not wanting to agree to something she didn't want to get herself into. He showed her the money, and she accepted it thinking it was just $20. But as she took the money, she realized it was more than just one bill. It was folded up, so she couldn't see how much it was. She turned it over and saw $100, and she saw multiple bills. She then realized that a complete stranger gave her $500. Nika got out of the truck and walked to a car repair shop about a mile up the road. When she got there, she told them she needed a battery. Then she asked if they allowed people to rent or borrow tools because she needed a wrench. It was very obvious that she had been walking. She was sweating and huffing and puffing. A man who worked at the shop asked her where her vehicle was, and she said, "Up the road." She told him she would be fine and she could handle fixing her truck. The man said, "No, ma'am, we are not going to let you walk all the way back there." And he sent one of his mechanics to get her truck back to the shop. They determined the truck needed a battery and an alternator, and it would cost $450, and Nika had enough money to pay for it. Soon after that, her brakes stopped working, and she called a sister in the faith and started to vent. The sister then gave her $850 so she could get the brakes fixed. Yah was really working on Nika's behalf. During that summer, she had been gifted a vehicle, an apartment with 4 months free rent, and $1,350 in vehicle repairs. Next, Yah spoke mobile notary to Nika when she was praying, and she obtained her mobile notary license so she could continue to provide for her family. She continues to pray, asking Yah what the next step is. Even in Nika's time of desperation and sorrow, she went to prayer and told her fellowship about her situation. Yah intervened through her community. Nika wants to remind other people who are dealing with homelessness to find a place to be alone where they can pray and pour their heart out to the Father. She says to be honest about how you're feeling and what your needs are and what you want Him to do. She says to be resolute and do what He asks you to do, and to follow through with what He says, even if it doesn't make sense, and even if you can't see where your answers will come from. She says to remain positive by surrounding yourself with others who can remind you of His goodness, to remember Yah's promises because they will help you stay positive too, and to always give Him the glory and gratitude for what He is doing. That's all for today, everybody. If you want to listen to the full-length interview with Sister Nika, you can find a link to that in the description box. And throughout the week, please remember Isaiah or Yeshayahu 61. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the esteem of Yah has risen upon you. Be blessed.